Yeah, I know I'm late to this, but what do you expect? Life gets in the way and things happen. So, without further ado, here's my thoughts on Marvel's Infinity War. Quick, before I get into the heavy spoiler stuff, do I think this is a good movie? It's completely serviceable. It does its role. It's a really good example of how a event comic, or an event comics events, kind of unfold. You got stuff all throughout the place. You don't have one single main idea or main story. You basically have a bunch of tangents that all are connected by a central villain, in this case Thanos. So, yeah, it does a good job of that. And I think you won't exactly be, remiss to go see this. I mean, if you've been watching any of the Marvel movies, it's kind of all been building to this. So not watching this is kind of like, watching every single Star Wars movie from episode 1 and then getting to episode 6 and go, nah, I'm good. Luke's, Darth Vader's son. I got it. I don't need to see how this ends. Han's captured. Who cares? So, yeah. Which I guess would be kind of like actually stopping at episode 4, but yeah. So, for the spoilers, it's completely serviceable. It's fun. Go see it. Chances are you've already have, but now what I really want to say. So yeah. Marvel, you have no huevos. No cojones. Nada. You didn't have the goal to kill off one of the main 6, really? Really? Feel free to decimate the Guardians of the Galaxy all you want. Feel free to ruin Thor Ragnarok by making all those cool characters and this great idea of as Guardians in space. Space Vikings. Oh my god, that could have been something cool. Nah, it's completely useless. Let's have them all get destroyed in the first 5 minutes. Kill Loki off because, that happens. Actually, quick show of hands. Who really thinks he's actually dead? Because I think this time they actually mean it. I think he's actually dead. Now, if he shows up and randomly stabs Thanos, and this was his entire plan all along, cool, good for him. I don't believe it, but hey, we roll with what we got. So yeah, my biggest issue with this movie is the fact that at the ending, they didn't have the, like I said, the cojones or the huevos, or, the B word I'm not going to say, because apparently YouTube is now cracking down on that stuff too, to actually kill off one of the original 6. How easy would it have been, I can tell you how easy it is if you've seen the final scene, very easy, to kill off Iron Man. Thor, not really. This is kind of his revenge story, fair enough. You can't really take him out. But Captain America, you have both Bucky Barnes, now with a new arm, and Sam. You have 2 candidates who could have been Captain America. In fact, if you had killed off Steve, you could have had a legitimate discussion between Bucky and Sam who should fill the role. Because there should always be a Captain America. I seriously do believe that. Some people don't like him. Whatever. But you could have had character development. Nah, you killed them both off. Why? Because you could have killed off Black Widow, who's... I didn't recognize her at first. I thought she was Mockingbird. In all honesty, I thought she was Mockingbird from the comics until I recognized, the voices and all that stuff and her idioms. So, Black Widow, except now with white hair because reasons. You kind of killed off Hulk because, Oh, jeez. So you mean to tell me, after all these movies, Hulk finally has a mental break and can't become Hulk? He's scared to do it? Really? Hulk, who's fueled by rage, just can't do it anymore? Lazy writing there, guys. And oh man. I could continue with this, but I will say one good thing at the end though was even though they didn't kill Iron Man, and this is once again the Let's Rain on Iron Man's parade, it was heartbreaking to watch Peter die in his arms. That was... And don't get me wrong, I do think it was all part of the plan, but it was still painful to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It was like watching a 15-year-old, he's supposed to be a 15-year-old, except I think maybe 16, maybe, Homecoming, he's 17 maybe. Point is, still a youth. Just die. He doesn't understand the concept of death. He doesn't want to understand the concept of death. And Tony is trying to, who's been like a pseudo-father figure to him, at least from Homecoming, or like a mentor role, watching his pupil die. Nah, he ain't having a good time. And on the subject of not having a good time, wow, did the Guardians get hosed. Understandingly, I thought Drax was gonna die because, the whole Thanos is his sworn enemy, but man, the way they killed Gamora, pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Which brings me to, after all that rage, I'm gonna say, brings me to the one thing I will give this movie credit. Thanos is the best Marvel villain they've made. I would say almost better than Loki. A little bit, but Thanos has one thing going for him. Real ability. And what I mean by that is, Thanos is real. He has a realistic goal in his mind for a realistic purpose. He has realized that the universe is finite, because it is, and we're overpopulating it. Not just we humans, but I mean all species. There's a limited amount of resources, and there's only so much you can pull, grain, build. So his entire goal is to wipe out half of the universe in order for it to, live. And the way he's been doing that is invading planets and killing half the population. And he does it basically, someone goes, look, just get on the left side or get on the right side. It doesn't matter which. And, usually they would split up evenly, or at least somewhat evenly, and then he would kill one side. Yeah, not after they fight, of course, but take what you can. So, you would assume this guy's an egomaniacal maniac. Well, no, he actually takes no pleasure in this at all. Well, he kind of does. There's a bit of inconsistency in his writing, but, he doesn't take joy in killing people he cares about, like Gamora. That scene where he has to kill her to get the Soul Stone is heart-wrenching. For Gamora's purposes, Peter's purposes, and then, Thanos just trying to do it. He doesn't hesitate after he knows what he has to do, and it hurts. You see it on his face, which, you know what? We've never seen that from a Marvel villain actually take sadness within doing their action. So, for Thanos, who's done nothing but sit on his keister and try to be intimidating, they actually gave him a good role, something to, enjoy the scenery, and he was really good. And because of that, the rest of the characters shined because of it. They had their moments with each other, and it was all building to this common goal. We have to fight Thanos. And they, of course, get split up throughout the events. Groot's Rocket and Thor trying to get back his hammer to kill Thanos, which leads to Peter Dinklage getting involved, who's still a dwarf, but he's now a giant dwarf, so let that roll in there. You get Strange, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and the Guardians of the Galaxy teaming up to try to fight Thanos on their own. And they do a pretty good job of it, too. I give these guys credit. If it wasn't for Peter losing his mind when Gamora gets killed, they would have won. But, that would have been a slight victory. Wouldn't have been the grand victory that Strange said they were going to have. And then on Earth, you have the rest of the heroes trying to protect Vision and fight the oncoming war. And oh my, Black Panther, you need to play some Medieval 2 Total War, some Shogun Total War. You gotta play some strategy games, man, because your military tactics are garbage. Look, you're trying to let this group in so that way they're not spreading around and breaking through another, section of the barrier. Fine. You have vehicles. You can send troops out. You have them funneled into an area. Why are you giving up that edge? Or more importantly, why aren't you giving up that edge just for momentary lapses in order to stem the tide, as it would be, to let them in little by little? Because you could do that theoretically. Let them in waves. Control kill. Firebox kill. These things are stupid. But that's nitpicking in the slightest, and that's just because literally I was just yelling at the screen. But, meh. Every character, what else do you want, guys? Every character does their role well. It's an enjoyable movie. My nitpick really is just the ending with the lack of gall they had, and just the fact that they made an entire movie pointless in like the opening 10 minutes. Or the fact that they killed off an entire cast just because I get the feeling they don't like their cosmic beings that much. Xandar is basically wiped out, but we don't see it happen. The Asgardians all get killed, which are basically the spacefaring race. The Guardians get destroyed. The only who survives is Rocket. And I only think that's because they need the cute cuddly creature to bring the kids in, even though it's Rocket. That's not exactly. and they kill off almost all the side characters. The only one who's actually alive, who's not of the original 6, is War Machine, which is surprising, Rocket, once again, and I'm gonna put her in with this, the general from Black Panther. I forget her name, the bald lady, who kicks major types of butt. I give credit, but everyone else is gone. It kind of feels empty, like we haven't really gotten anything. All these characters, and I guess Ant-Man, but he's in his own movie. But all of this just feels hollow. It's like we've come this far, but didn't really. Well, so that's basically what I want to get off my chest, guys. So once again, Infinity War, definitely something you should see. The second one comes out next year, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to very soon Deadpool. Please, Deadpool, be good, especially since Thanos is being Cable, so it should be fun. Oh well. As always, guys, until next time, I'm Kevin Riley signing off, and I'll see you all next time. Later.